The boy from nowhere. In a forgotten corner of the world, nestled between silent mountains and dust-covered roads, was a village that didn't exist on most maps. In that village lived a boy named Arman. He was born with a stammer and a shadow, not the kind cast by light, but the kind cast by judgment. People didn't see Arman, they saw his flaws. He was called names. He was left out of games. He sat in the last row of the classroom, not because he was shy, but because the world told him he didn't belong in the front. But Arman saw something else. At night, while other kids slept, he looked at the stars and whispered, "One day, the world will know my name." He didn't know how, he didn't know when, but he believed. The power of one page. At age 9, Arman found a discarded book with missing pages. It was a book about inventors and dreamers. He couldn't read most of it, the language was foreign, and the pages were torn. But one image stopped him cold. A man standing in front of a crowd, speaking. The caption read, "He changed the world with just his voice." Arman looked at the man, then at himself. He couldn't speak clearly, but he could feel the fire. So he began. Every night, he stood before a mirror in his small clay home and practiced. He would stumble, he would stutter, but he never stopped. He didn't want to speak like others. He wanted to speak like himself, clearly, honestly, powerfully. The secret library. One day, while walking barefoot near a river, he found an abandoned bus. It was rusted and hollow. But inside were books, hundreds of them, dumped there by a school 40 kilometers away. For the next 5 years, that broken bus became his school, his mentor, his temple. He read everything: history, science, psychology. He learned English by matching words with gestures. He wrote in the dirt. He memorized by moonlight. He taught himself how the mind works. He learned why people hurt others, and why they heal. He fell in love with learning, not to pass an exam, but to rewrite his destiny. The day the world laughed. At age 15, his school hosted its first ever open mic session. Anyone could speak. Arman signed up. The teacher looked at him with confusion. "You speak?" He nodded. When he stood up, his hands trembled. The crowd giggled. His stammer returned. He froze. Then, slowly, he whispered, "When you laugh at someone trying, you kill the version of them that could have changed the world. I'm not here to be perfect. I'm here to be powerful, through truth." Silence. Then, applause. The boy who couldn't speak moved an entire room. The global stage. Word spread. He was invited to speak at district events. Then state. Then national. At 18, he gave his first TEDx talk, in broken English, with perfect power. The title, Stammer Strong, Finding Strength in What Breaks You. The world listened. By 22, Arman had launched a school for children who were told they couldn't. He trained teachers to see potential instead of problems. He gave voice to the voiceless. By 25, he was speaking globally, not as a motivational speaker, but as proof. Proof that pain is a classroom, not a curse. That obstacles are invitations, not walls. Planting stars. One evening, a child asked him, "Why do you always talk about stars?" Arman smiled. "Because stars remind me that no matter how dark your life looks, you were born to shine. I was a boy from nowhere. But I planted stars, not in the sky, but in minds. And now, I watch them light up the world." Moral of the story. You don't need perfect words to inspire the world. You need courage, you need vision, and you need the belief that even from nowhere, you can become unforgettable.